Hello?
Hello, may I speak with Selwyn Birchwood, please?
This is him.
Selwyn, this is Rayman from KOOL 101.7 in Duluth, Minnesota, the radio station for the 26th Annual Bayfront Blues Festival, at which you'll be appearing. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Just been waiting on your call here. How's it going?
It's going great. It's great. It's a great pleasure to visit with you. You know, a very wise man and a very cool man once said, if you follow your heart, you'll always get what you want. Who said that? I'm talking to him right here, man. It's a great privilege for me to have you on the air. And where you at now, Selwyn? Where am I calling?
I'm back home in Florida right now. We've been on the road about 2.5 weeks, and we're back for another 3 days back home, and then we head back out on the road here.
You spend a lot of your time on the road, do you?
Yeah, especially during the summertime. We come back during the winter when it's not quite as snowy down in Florida.
Yeah. Well, you're going to enjoy it up here because it's your first trip up here, I'm sure, yeah?
Yeah.
You're going to love it because it's right on the lake, Selwyn. It's right on the lake, and we got hot temperatures. And I got a strange feeling that after you do a couple of songs, them shoes of yours might kick off and you might go barefoot. What say?
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking it could very well happen, man. Wow, I had a real great opportunity last couple of days to go over your CD. Don't Call No Ambulance. How does Jimi Hendrix fit into that equation? I know you had opportunity to listen to him, and that influenced some of your music too. I mean, you can hear it, and you can hear little bits and pieces of it in your new CD, Don't Call No Ambulance.
Yeah, well, I really, he was more of a gateway. I wasn't as much, a lot of people that I hear that are really into Hendrix are just trying to emulate Hendrix and stuff. But really what caught me with Jimi Hendrix was just the diversity and the uniqueness of his music. I mean, you can listen to a lot of his stuff, and he just pulls from so many different sources and creates something completely unique. And you still can't put him into a musical genre. I mean, it's just Jimi Hendrix is in his own genre, it seems like. But that's really what turned me on by his music, and I just wanted to see where he got those kind of ideas and stuff from. And if you look back in his bio and influences and stuff, a lot of his people that he listened to were the old blues guys. And once I heard, the Elmore James and Howlin' Wolf and Lightning Hopkins and those kind of people, Muddy Waters, and I was really kind of set in what kind of sound I wanted to learn to play.
I know when I was listening to the CD, Selwyn, one of the songs that just blew me away was Tell Me Why. Because to me, with the beat in Tell Me Why, and you sing, and then you follow it up with a riff that Hendrix would play. It had Jimi Hendrix written all over it.
Yeah, well, Hendrix, I listened to a lot of his stuff on there. And, I try to pull from where I can and try to make whatever music we can.
What's your favorite song on that? Do you have a favorite on Don't Call No Ambulance?
Not really. I kind of like them all. All 12 of them are original tunes on the record, and we put quite a bit of time into all of them. I don't really have a favorite, but seems kind of cool because the record's pretty diverse. Everyone that listens to it seems to have a different favorite song, so I thought that was kind of cool.
Can I tell you my favorite?
Yeah. You'll
never guess it, Selwyn, but my favorite song on the whole CD, and they're all excellent, but my favorite is Brown Paper Bag, and I'm going to tell you why. To me, it hits home. And I think there's a lot of men listening, and myself, I'll include myself in it. That you're living on the top of the world, and then the bottom falls out of it, and we all fear that. I fear that, and you can see it in every city that you travel, and see it in any city that I travel. You see people that's down and out, but they got that old brown paper bag, baby. And when you was singing that song, it was like you was singing it to me. It was highly relatable to me, and I pictured myself. First of all, I mean, I got tears when I listened to that song. It moved me that much. and I could literally see the tears coming out your fingertips going onto that fretboard of your guitar, and picturing me sitting in an old entranceway to an old filthy old hotel with a overcoat on and a pair of shoes about 3 sizes too big for me, totally heartbroken, totally dismayed, totally give up, and a brown paper bag in my hand, baby.
Wow. Yeah, that's great that you can draw that much feeling from it. I try to, we try to write songs that people can relate to and that are real, so that's great.
It amazed me, Selwyn, that you're a young man. How old are you, 29, 30 years old, something like that?
Yeah, I'm 29. Mm-hmm.
How can a 29-year-old have that maturity and have that pain and have that sound experience of having gone through all this that comes out in your voice when you're only 29? I know people that are double that age and they haven't got that hurt, dismayed feeling in their voice, but you have it at half that age. How did that happen?
I hear some people that try to make up a voice that's completely unnatural, especially when they play blues and they and stuff. But I try to just work with what I've got vocally. I don't sing the same way as other people, so I try to just sing the way that I do and try to get as much emotion and feeling into it as I can. And the songs that I sing aren't necessarily always 100% biographical or anything. I write songs either from stuff that I've experienced or stuff that I've watched other people experience, or sometimes stuff that I've made up if I think it's interesting and would make a good song. But that particular song I came up with just from talking with other musicians because they told me some of their stories. And, that's where the song came from, though. It's just from people telling me stories of their lives and stuff. And I'm very grateful that a lot of the older musicians had kind of, instead of pushing me away or shooing me away, had taken me under their wing and kind of shared with me. So I'm grateful for that.
Tell me a little bit about your dear friend, Sonny Rhodes.
Sonny, yeah, man. I met him when I was 19 years old, and he was actually a neighbor of a friend of mine in high school. And my buddy in high school knew that I played guitar and was just getting into blues, and he said, "Oh, man, my neighbor has a blues band." And I thought it was just, some people playing on the weekends in the garage or something, but it turned out to be an internationally touring blues artist. And he brought me one of his CDs, and I, as soon as I heard him, I was just like, man, you have to introduce me to this guy, whoever this is. You have to introduce me to him. And it turned out to be Sonny Rhodes, and I told him, whenever he gets in town, come call me, and it took about 6 months, but I went over with my guitar when he was in town, and I sat down and played for him, and I played about halfway through a song, and he turned and just smiled at his bass player and turned and smiled at me and stopped me and just said, do you have your passport? And I said, yeah, I do, which I thought was a weird question. But he said, I'm going to take you on the road with me. And sure enough, within about a month, I was out playing shows with him. And then I continued to play shows with him off and on for about 4 years or 4 or 5 years while I was still at school. And he took me all over the U.S. and all over Canada playing blues.
You won the world-renowned International Blues Challenge. You beat out 125 other bands from America and abroad. And what really impressed me as well, Selwyn, is that you took home the Albert King Guitarist of the Year award. How cool is that, brother?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's still very surreal to think about every time because the prize that you get is a Category 5 amplifier and a custom Gibson 335 guitar. And that was actually my dream guitar. I've always wanted a 335, and I could never afford one just because they're really expensive. And then I finally got to the point where I said, even if I had a spare $2,500 or $3,000 or something, I don't think I could spend it all on a guitar. So I decided that I pretty much would never get one. And then I ended up winning one while we were up there, and it was even more fitting because just to get up to the IBC that year, we were really scrounging for cash to be able to do it because you have to be up there for 4 nights in hotels and, spending all the gas money to get from Tampa, Florida to Memphis and back. And you're also taking a week off of work. We were working musicians at that time. We didn't have day jobs. So you're taking a week off of playing shows and making money and then also putting all this other money into it. So I ended up having to sell 3 of my guitars just to get up there. And it was nice to be able to get that at the end because I was really having to clean my house out of musical instruments just to get up there.
You have a CD here that I'm holding in my hand right now that advanced the blues. You took blues up another level or 2 with this CD, and I know that's going to attract a younger audience. It's going to attract give more people opportunity to get involved in blues music because of a lot of the songs on the CD. But yet, you've still managed to hang on to the true blues lover.
Yeah, we were trying to pretty much keep that same feeling and that same emotion that I think that's what people latch on to with the old style blues. It's weird because there's a couple different crowds that you have with blues music. You've got the people that are really, we'll say traditionalists, and all they want to hear, it seems like, is that sound of a Muddy Waters or a Howlin' Wolf or Elmore James and that kind of a style of music. And then you've got the other people that are more, the most I hear of it is a more rock-edged kind of a blues. And, that people have that taste. And they don't really get along too well together because one of them says, oh, well, that's not blues. And the other says, well, it's just not 12-bar blues type of thing. And we were trying to, keep that same emotion and stuff in it because I think that's what people grasp onto with that Muddy Waters and the Howlin' Wolf and those original guys. It's not necessarily the notes that they were playing, but it's just that emotion that they had into it because you hear them sing a song and you know that it's a true story. You know it's actually what they went through. You can tell just by the way that they're singing it that it's, it's hurting them to sing it or to go back to that place. And it's not like that when you hear a lot of the more contemporary players, and a lot of the more contemporary players are just covering the same songs that the older guys did, and it's I feel like that's silly. I don't know how to sing stuff that I don't really relate to. To give you an example, like "Sweet Home Chicago," or a song like that. I'm not from Chicago, so I feel weird trying to sing about, my sweet home Chicago. I love Chicago. I've been there a bunch of times. It's a great city, but I think it's strange for someone to build a career out of singing something like that when they aren't from there. So what we tried to do with the CD is just to pretty much take that original emotion and just kind of take our experiences and our story and put it into music that's not necessarily 12-bar blues, but, it's just kind of a little bit different approach to the same thing. And that's kind of where my headspace was trying to go through and do it. And I think it turned out pretty well to what I imagined it to be.
It's pleasing for the person that wants to learn more about blues, to study the blues, as well as people that have been around blues for life. You're not insulted or omitted anybody. As a matter of fact, I think this CD will draw even more people into the blues genre of music, if you will.
Well, we hope so, for sure.
Love Me Again.
Mm-hmm.
It's a ballad type song, and yeah, bluesy, but ballad. And I was astounded at the range of your voice. You had a beautiful voice, really.
Oh, I appreciate it, man.
That's a good song. There's not a bad song on. There ain't a bad song on that CD, brother.
Man. Well, like I said, everybody seems to have a different favorite song. I hear a lot of CDs, and I'll there'll be that one or two or three songs that I really enjoy, but I don't feel like we really have a particularly weak song on the record.
It's the real deal. It's a very realistic CD. Well, we're looking forward to having you. Now, you're going to be here on August 9th. You're going to be on the Landon Kukla stage, and I believe you're going to take stage about 5 o'clock, 5:20, something like that. Really looking forward to having it up. I want to welcome you to the city of Duluth, and I know you're going to love the Bayfront Blues Festival, and I know that the people are absolutely going to love you. And it's my wish that people get out and listen to this CD, because if they do, they're going to love it. They're absolutely going to flip out over it. It's I can't say enough about it, really, Selwyn.
Well, I hope so. We've had some really good reviews on it so far, and it's weird because the CD is only just barely a month old, and we've already got a ton of great reviews and had a good bunch of press behind it. But, yeah, we're really looking forward to getting out there. I've heard a lot of great things about the area up there, and I've heard really great things about the festival over there. Everybody says that it's incredible, so we're really looking forward to getting over there for sure.
We got to close with Hoodoo Stew, baby. Ha, 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 ha. I love it. You go sing that? Are you going to sing that up here at Blues Fest, Hoodoo Stew?
I will do that for you, buddy.
Selwyn Birchwood, I mean, you are a rocket to stardom. It's not going to take much longer, baby, and you'll be right at the top. And it's been a pleasure and an honor to have you on my show. We'll see you coming up August 9th here in Duluth, Minnesota at the 26th Annual Bayfront Blues Festival. Thank you, brother, for taking time.
Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
We'll see you, man.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.